Hello.
Hey, hello.
Well,
Hello.
this naturally, right? Because we have to break the hard news to our 15 people watching us live, 16.
Yeah.
We got to make this an abbreviated. We got to make
Yeah.
this an abbreviated version. Allyson, I like your shirt.
Thank you. I'm in costume because Laura and I are headed to the Detroit Tigers. My boys are in Chicago this week, and we're gonna go see them. And that
That's right.
first pitch is at 1:20, so we are gonna be getting out of here at about 12:30. I know you'll understand. I promise I won't talk about baseball at all during this live, just as a thank you to our watchers. And then we're gonna walk up to Wrigley and hope my boys can get a victory. So yeah, that's what we are up to today. Beautiful day to go take in a baseball game, Laura.
It's bloody perfect. So yeah, I am excited to do some rapid fire show and tell. That's pretty much how I conceive this live rapid fire show and tell. You in?
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped about it. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to bring my lonely chicken friend up because oh my God, look, Hendrik Lamar has a new best friend, the inquisitive Mrs. Shellhammer. Hello, friends.
She says hello. Well, she's not super inquisitive, Laura. She's just drunk.
Okay.
She had her martini last night was triple strength.
Woo!
So yeah, that's why she's a little tilty. I do believe, now I'm curious, we'll dig into this more. Our cock along continues. It's going to the end of the month, and we will dig into this more. But the short rows on the head, I was only like 70% paying attention, so I feel like that's why she's a little tilty.
It's perfect.
But I love her.
And here we see our different gauges. You can see Hendrik is more of a sweet petite, and Mrs. Shellhammer is. Yeah, Mrs. Shellhammer is large and in charge. So gauge is important, but this was what I was going for, tinier. And the no stripes around the neck, when compared to Mrs. Shellhammer, Hendrik does look a little squatty. So those stripes do make a nice kind of elongation. Mm-hmm.
They're elongating.
Yeah, she looks a little squatty without. So, you know, these are all options that you have. But I love it. So good.
Katie's exactly right in the comments. She said it's an inquisitive look. It's almost like she's saying, Katie, how's your sweater?
Mm-hmm.
How's your sweater? How's your sweater doing?
Hendrik's comb likes to do the same. So it definitely leans to one side. She's constantly working on that. But great job. We still have plenty of time left in the cock along, so I hope people will get on
9
board.
days.
I've been heavily influenced by some striped body pieces I've been seeing. They're just so fun. I love your contrasting tummy. So the names are really worth it. The creativity is off the charts. So your ESC, your emotional support chicken, has 2 friends rooting for you, and we can't wait to see it.
And also, Laura, just a little note about actual chicken. Which I had a lot of chickens in my lifetime. This is the proper way to hold a chicken.
There you are. And the number one thing about chickens that I learned from Allyson is that chickens have personalities. So I think that is very true about our respective chickens. They're different, but definitely sisters because of the eyes. So there you are.
Yes. Laura and I made a trade. I gave her some stuffing from her eggs, and she gave me these eyeballs because I couldn't find mine. So yeah, they are sisters. She had an eyeball. She borrowed the eyeballs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so the eggs, thanks for bringing that up. Well, this will be part of show and tell because I went to the Michigan Fiber Festival over the weekend. And I was supposed to be driving 2 people and I got down to 1 because our friend Caitlin is under the weather. And so I found this extremely silly pumpkin basket for sale at the Michigan Fiber Festival. And so this is my get well soon basket for Caitlin, but you know what fits perfectly in my get well soon basket? My eggs. So I mentioned last week I was going to provide notes, and then it was kind of crickets. Nobody really seemed to be egging, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to provide you notes with this and make more eggs this week. There's still plenty of time to join, so why not? But yeah, here's my egg basket. Look at that.
I wanted to show off. Here are a variety of chicken stitch markers that you could win if you complete a chicken by August 31st. All right. So
good.
Deal.
So, you know, if you've done 1 chicken and don't necessarily need another, I think that's kind of silly, but it can be egg o'clock. So grab your egg basket.
Grab your egg basket for 1 egg.
So silly. So that's one silly show and tell. It is super because it's surprise egg. Get your egg basket. So funny.
Yeah. Well, Caitlin will love that.
She will. She really will. So there you are. Well, I'm going to keep doing more show and tell from Michigan Fiber Festival because I was very chill. I was chill with it this year. Our friends Shepherd's Wool were there, and to recap, I always like to, and their booth was gorgeous, and it was so cool to see all the crazy in person. Everybody at the meetups commented on that. It was really nice, and they were, of course, lovely. But I decided, as we know, to catch you up, I knit a Leelanau sweater once a year. I lead a Leelanau knit along in January, and I'm working my way through the rainbow. I want to make it my Mr. Rogers sweater and have 1 in every color. So I've been working my way through the Roy part of Roy G. Bib. I've got a red one, I've got an orange one, and it's Year of the Yellow. And the buttercup color from Shepherd's Wool is the yellow. It's the yellow of my vision. I want to pair it with a burgundy. It's the way to go. When I visited Shepherd's Wool, somebody else, Allyson had clearly been there because somebody else had picked up the sweater quantity of buttercup, and I was like, well, that's all right. At least I have my plan. So it was nice to visit, but I came home with an egg basket, and then I stopped by this Bellwether Farm booth in when I go to all of these wool fiber based events, I fall in love with the undyed every time. So this is technically black. This is what is identified as a black sheep, but it's a really beautiful chocolate brown. It matches Roosevelt's tail, really. Oh, that's Bowlington. It matches Bowlington's stripe.
You can't hold a cat like you can hold a chicken. This is just the show. They're too wiggly.
Different.
Different. It's a different thing.
But the people from Bellwether Farm were charming AF, had a whole tale to tell me, and essentially this yarn is a collaboration between Shetland sheep flocks throughout Michigan, and it brings you Michigan's finest Shetland wool, and I just loved all the collabs. This in particular, I freaking loved. So this is called Jack-O-Lantern. We were on theme.
See, we're looking ahead. We're very excited about fall around here, right?
100%. And so these will just be the most beautiful mittens that I've ever made in my life. And that was my haul for Michigan Fiber Festival. So 10 out of 10, had so much fun. But we can check out Sarah G's post from her amazing haul. She got a sweater quantities worth of yarn for Shepherd's Wool. And more. And we got to see her beautiful pepperoncini purse in person.
Yes,
it was so fun. In person. Her pocketbook. So good. So that was my weekend at Michigan Fiber Festival. 10 out of 10.
That is amazing. That's great. That sounds like such a good time. I'm glad the rain held off so you could wander in style.
Yes. Good job, Al, again. We had a lovely time. Lovely. And then you started 10,000 classes this weekend? Something. I might be slightly exaggerating, but it was
about
10,000?
10,000. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
about 10,000.
Yeah.
They all went really well. I feel like I did a good job of ratcheting everyone down. Those first classes are just full of people, just dialed to 11. So hopefully now you're dialed to like 6, which is like an appropriate level to be dialed to these days, I feel like. So hopefully we did that. I am very excited about seeing people's progress. I am especially excited because we're doing my Paul Klee sweater class for the first time, and we talked colors and color placement, so people are going to be super pumped about that. And I am going to be knitting up a little sample of
so
Paul Klee. So I'm excited to dig into that too. Maybe I'll have show and tell for that next week. But yeah, so that was lots of knitting happening, lots of anticipation. Oh my
gosh, so much planning.
Weather. So much planning. Yes. But I do have something to show off. Because it had been a couple weeks since I showed a progress report on my framed sweater. The Andrea Mowry Rhinebeck. Speaking of fiber festivals, that's her Rhinebeck sweater this year, and people really gave me the hard sell on doing a knit along for it. So we're just kind of knitting along, and we did our checkup on Monday, and we talked about putting in the steek panels. And I also just wanted a V-neck, but people just were not getting it. So yesterday, I did not move an inch away from my couch. And so that I could finish the yoke.
Oh my God.
And cut open the V-neck of my framed, so that people can get an idea of what the sweater's going to look like.
Wow. That we have watched that grow before our very eyes right here on this live, and it is stunning. And will be such an inspiration to people who are in that class. I mean, it is people always get very keyed up when it comes to Steek O'Clock. And this is 90% of our job is to talk them through it. So what a beautiful example. They're going to be so pumped to hack into their sweater.
Yeah, I was really pumped to hack into my sweater yesterday. It took a lot to get to this point. I love this V-neck detail so much. I think it's going to be so cute. So that's going to be ribbing and short rows here. I'm going to do it in the dark navy.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So
perfectly aligned.
Perfectly aligned. On Monday, I'm going to be telling everybody how to reinforce and cut open their steeks and doing that demo in our Zoom. But I had to get the head start to hashtag influence.
Yep, 100%. Dang, wowzers. Well, it's gorgeous. We are all blown away. That is so much knitting. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's so much knitting. It was dumb, but sometimes you have to sacrifice your own body for the welfare of others.
I hear that. I'm told that's the case sometimes. So
I'm taking it easy today. I'm gonna go have some beers.
Do some flosses, and do your flosses.
Yoga. I did a couple yoga sessions.
Good.
We're feeling good. We're recovering today. But yeah, that was a lot, but I'm loving how it's looking. So stay tuned. I should hopefully have even more to show off next week. So that's my plan.
Wow. Incredible. Wow. Well, my final show and tell is from Sunday. We had our very first Indigo Intensive Dye Studio with the beautiful and talented Sarah, who is also our Master of Ceremonies at our upcoming Knitting and Natural Dyeing Retreat. So we had a indigo focused day, and we experimented with a technique called batik. So this was my first time doing batik, and I pretty much did it from memory from my weaving class that I took when I was 17 years old, and I remembered it, and it worked out pretty well. So it's a form of resistance dyeing where you paint with clear wax you dye your fabric, and then you boil the fabric and the wax scoops to the top, and then you just have this cool resistance dye fabric. So we tried various versions of it, and I'm pretty pumped. Like these little plus signs, these little circles, all of that's done with wax, and I thought it turned out really cool. And then I finally figured out like striping and the little squares that we hold down with clamps. Like, I'm really improving. I am improving, and I am just thrilled about it. Yeah, and Sarah taught us this new technique of like sewing. So you just sew and ruche the fabric and then tighten it all together, and it creates this like beautiful like line. So it's just always a blast. I love playing around with dye. And
yeah, that's super fun. Is Sarah, our Sarah and you going to be doing a little bit of that at the Knitting and Natural Dyeing Retreat coming up in October?
Yes, we are. I mean, I don't know that Sarah knows this yet, but we have all the materials, and she said it was easy cleanup.
Yes.
So I hope she means it. So it worked out great. We have the materials, and I say, why not? So I think it's really cool and very fun to play with, and would be very cool to see in different colors. So another plug for that Knitting Natural Dyeing Retreat, because there's going to be even more to learn and to play with. And along those lines, I also got out my yarn from previous Indigo days. You can see this one's a double saturated, so it's like extra dark. Yeah. I've had this one ready to go for a sweater, and then I've had this one ready to go for socks for some time. And I now have, because it was such an inspirational day, I have project plans for both of these. This one will make its debut for our just announced Socktober knit along. We are all, we are all super pumped for Sleeptember, and our eye is on the prize. But once it's concluded, we're going to roll into October with chill vibes. You and I are traveling like crazy. We're going to need breaks. And our number one like travel project this year has been socks. So I thought, work smarter, not harder. That's always your motto. And so I'm going to be working on socks with my own me-dyed indigo yarn. They're going to be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. And then just teasing that Brooklyn Tweed has come out with a new tabard pattern that has button sides or tie sides.
Cute.
And that, the Aegis tabard. So I'm going to be working through the Aegis tabard with my indigo yarn, and it will be a class coming your way real soon. So that is my show and tell. Wow. It's very indigo forward.
I love that. You know, that sock yarn, Laura, is some red speckles away from being fully like a Chicago flag.
Yeah, completely. So maybe I'll do contrasting toes. And just do full shy flag, right?
Oh my
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be so cute. Yes.
Yeah. I have been waiting for inspiration, and blue things never cease to amazing. So to amaze me rather. So yeah, I've been looking for the perfect tabard. Brooklyn Tweed delivered it right into my lap, and we're all on board. So if you've taken modern tabard with me in the past, this has modern tabard vibes, but it's worsted weight, and we love that. So exciting stuff. It's coming.
Laura, is that Aegis, A-G-E-S?
A-E-G-I-S. So I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced. Aegis. Hard to say, but A-E-G-I-S doesn't exactly roll off of my American tongue, but it's cute. She's cute, and she's your next favorite sweater. So that's the vibe. That is the vibe.
I love it. I love the button side closures.
Yeah, I love the options. I think it's cute as hell. We know Button Queen Sharon Pfeiffer definitely has buttons that would coordinate. And it'll just be a nice little fast knit. So I'm excited to dig in and help everybody customize. Like we were talking about, helping people plan is a big chunk of this job. And I think to help people tackle that pattern, they're going to need a sounding board for sure.
Well, thank God it's in worsted weight, because I feel like a lot of people in the past, Laura, you've said, have gotten a little bogged down by the sheer volume of stockinette stitch in fingering weight yarn.
Yep, I love that modern tabard pattern and wish I had 25 of them, but I literally don't have the time. So I know everybody else is in that boat too. Aegis. Okay, Aegis. Protection, backing, or support of a popular person or organization. All right, so it's sort of like play on like armor or tabard. I don't know. But it's hard to name patterns. Everything's taken. So that I'll back off dunking on that too hard, and I'm sure there's somebody that's named for, but it's hard to remember. So I'm just going to say that cute tie tabard from Brooklyn Tweed. See ya. See ya.
We have a hard time remembering what the hell a tabard is, really.
Yes, it's true. So you just got to think knights. Yeah, think jousting,
Right.
That sort of thing.
Cool.
So that really is, I mean, plenty of show and tell for the day, I feel. I'm wrapping up a couple sewing projects, but they're all throughout the house and not in like show and tell mode, but excited to share all those quite soon. You've been working on some tops and things, yes?
I have. I'm going to do some things because Shane and I are going to Wales. Not next week, the week after.
Right.
So I'm making some new clothes, which is fun. It's always fun to have a couple new items for a vacation.
Yes. I
but
agree.
yeah, they're all in various stages of finished.
Yes. I do have my supplies ready for tomorrow. I am making another NATO bucket bag that you've all seen me carrying around, the beautiful cerulean bag. I'm making a second one of these as part of the garment sewing workroom. We're doing a bag sew along together. And I have this awesome tomato red to go with my tomato fabric. So excited. So even if you are not, it's so good. And this was an accident. Like I bought this at Stitchworks, I bought this from Clumhouse, and it matches perfectly. It's insane. But yes, I am very, very excited about this. And even if you are not sewing along with me, you should tune in tomorrow night. We would love the company. Just bring your knitting and we'll vibe with tomatoes. It'll be so fun.
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited to see what people do with that. It looks like a really fun bag.
Yeah, it's very chill, and the hardest part is the hardware, and so we'll talk all through that, and it'll be a fun vibe. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to have a second one of these bucket bags. My blue one still has pretzel remnants in the bottom from when we had our purse spread in Germany, so it's been well used.
I find onion skins and like peanuts in the bottoms of all of my bags.
Actually.
So that's how I roll.
Pistachio shells everywhere, like a little bird.
Yes. Well, you have to find your way home.
That's true. Yeah.
So just drop a couple at the
corners.
Make your way.
100%. 100%. So yeah, do we have anything else for the people? You have posted a fall class preview today, a few days ago. Really exciting stuff, including a porcelain class you and I are both teaching.
Yes, we're doing porcelain again by high demand.
That's right.
That's right. And Laura, I was pretty vulnerable in the post because speaking of Germany, Laura was a witness to how crushed I was when no one signed up for my second design your own dog sweater class, and I had to cancel it. It was a crushing.
It was hard for her.
But I'm trying again, god damn it, because I am knitting Royal a Detroit Lions sweater because he is a Detroit Lions fan. God damn it. That was to shame. I don't care what he says. It's my dog. He's a Detroit Lions fan. And he's getting a sweater, and I think everyone should knit a very silly sweater for their dogs with me. So I'm going to launch my design your own dog sweater class next week, and we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. All right. I'm not going to sit here and cry if nobody signs up for it again. Because I'm making that little lion sweater. I ordered Knit Picks Brava yarn, worsted weight. It's a great acrylic yarn. It can go in the washing machine when Royal gets it all muddy. It is the perfect yarn for a dog sweater. It's not quite Honolulu blue, but it'll do. It'll do in a pinch. So that's my plan. So yeah. Good, Lisa. You should feel bad for me and sign up, even though you don't have a dog.
Yeah, Lisa, it's all on you, Lisa. No, I have been choosing to believe my classes at Evanston Stitchworks over the summer have been slow on enrollment, and I keep being assured that it is just because August is a very, very challenging time for everyone because of school and vacations. And my anxiety will not allow me to actually believe it. So I hope you all can buoy us. We're going to need our knitting this fall. This first little whisper, and I know you're all in that mindset, this first little whisper of just a slight breeze in the air, you're all back to your knitting just in time for Sleeptember. So you're going to need entertainment all winter long. It will be a long winter. So start signing up now. We're here for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Give yourself a little treats. Little treats. Yeah.
And we'll talk more about this next week, but we've got our 2025 retreat dates out, and I'm freaking pumped. So we can talk more about that in our next episode. How's that?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And Lisa, just for the record, if you sign up for that dog sweater class, I am going to instantly refund you. So not a funny joke, Lisa. Come on. You support me enough, Lisa. You don't have to sit in a dog sweater class.
True. But she would, and that goes a long way.
It's the thought that counts. Absolutely.
And to Katie Hochstadt's point, yes, if you are in Chicago and you've got Monday nights free, you should join us at Sweater Club. We've got Sweater Club coming up for the fall, beginning Mondays in September. So take a look at those. And come hang. It'll be great. The registration is all the hits. All the cool people are there. So you're going to want to be there and be one of the cool people too.
Yep, you're going to love it. All right. Well, without further ado, I think we got to wrap this up, Laura, because we've got some Oatly soft serve with our names on it.
Take me out to the ball game, please.
Happening. Let's go. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for coming and watching our live special shorter version. And we really did, when we have a deadline, we really can get out of here in 30 minutes. It's true. It's true.
Yep.
All
Check
right,
us out.
everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.